Welcome to day 93 of Maths Wizard. So we were doing section formula and main point formula. Let's start doing questions, and that's the question for today's first question for today's session. We are given A, B, C and D are the vertices of a quadrilateral. Which quadrilateral we are not mentioned over here. Then we have to find the coordinates of the midpoints of AC and BD. So let's first draw the any quadrilateral. So let's say randomly I am drawing A, which is 2, 5, and B, which is 1, 10. No, it is 0. Then C, that is minus 4, 3. Then D, negative of 3, 8. Fine. Now we need to find the coordinates of AC and BD, basically midpoint of AC and BD. So let's find the midpoint of AC and BD, which is very easy. Let's say this is AC and midpoint will lie over here, somewhere over here, right? So let's say midpoint of AC, let me write midpoint of AC. So that will be equal to x1 plus x2. Already I have explained all types of formula basically. So x1 plus x2. So you can say it will becomes minus 2 by minus 2 by 2, and this plus this 5, 3, 8 by 2. So it will comes out to minus 1, 4, right? So this is the midpoint of AC. Similarly, we need to find the midpoint of BD. Midpoint of BD. Midpoint of BD. And it is nothing but C. x1 plus x2, that is negative 2 divided by 2, and this plus this, that is 8 divided by 2. And now if you see, it is again minus 1, 4. Minus 1, 4, right? Now if you see midpoint of AC and BD, midpoint of AC and BD both are exactly same. So let me tell you, in this case we need to name this special name to basically of this quadrilateral. So whenever you see that midpoints are exactly same, midpoints are exactly same of the diagonal basically, right? Midpoints of diagonals are same, exactly same thing. Then this kind of quadrilateral you can say directly is nothing but the parallelogram. Parallelogram. Parallelogram have a property. Parallelogram have a property that midpoints of diagonals intersect basically is the common point basically, right? Between the midpoints of basically the midpoint of AC and BD. Next, so you can name it as parallelogram. Next, again we are given PQ are the vertices of a parallelogram PQRS. So let me first draw a parallelogram like this. A, B, no, we are given name as PQRS. PQRS. Okay. P coordinate is given 4, 2, and Q coordinate is given minus 1, 5. Now minus 3, 2 are the coordinates of the midpoints of the intersection of the diagonal. It means if this is the diagonal and this is the diagonal, so this is the midpoint, which is nothing but minus 3, 2. Minus 3, 2. This is the midpoint. Okay, fine, no problem. Now what we can do is, let's say this coordinate is A, B, and this coordinate is C, D. Fine, and we need to find this coordinate. This basically A, B, C, D values. We need to find coordinates of R and S. Let's do it. We already know that coordinate of midpoint of PR and midpoint of SQ will be exactly same, right? So let's first find the midpoint of PR. Midpoint of PR. What it will be? PR. So it will comes out to be 4 plus C divided by 2, then comma 2 plus D divided by 2. And let me tell you, this is nothing but minus 3, 2. Minus 3, 2. Because this is the midpoint we are already given over here. Now you can say that x coordinate will become equal to x coordinate because both are exactly same. So minus 3 will be equal to 4 plus C divided by 2. If you cross multiply, it will be 4 plus C minus 6. So C will be equal to minus 10. So this is the answer for the value of C basically. Now similarly we can easily find that this coordinate will become to this coordinate, basically 2 will be equal to 2 plus D by 2. So if you cross multiply, it will be 2 plus D is equal to 4. So from here you will get D as 2. So C is minus 10 and D is 2. So minus 10, minus 10, 2. Minus 10, 2 will be the coordinates of R. Now similarly we need to find the coordinates of S. Okay, now for that again we are going to exactly same thing. So if I want to find midpoint of SQ or QS, you can say midpoint of PQRS, midpoint of QS, let's say. So x1 plus x2, it will be a plus 1 or minus 1 plus a, no problem. Minus 1 plus a divided by 2, then 5 plus b divided by 2, and this is nothing but again minus 3 comma 2, because again the same thing is there, right, in case of parallelogram. Now x coordinate will become 2 x coordinate, so it will become minus 1 plus a divided by 2, again just cross multiply, minus 1 plus a is equal to negative 6, so a will become minus 5. Got it? Next. Similarly, y coordinate will be equal to the y coordinate, so it will become 5 plus b divided by 2. Now let's solve this. So it will be 5 plus b is equal to 4, so from here b will become minus 1. So coordinate minus 5 comma minus 1, minus 5 comma minus 1 will be the coordinate of point S. Got it? Vertex S. Next. Again we are given a parallelogram which is nothing but ABCD this time. So let me write over here a parallelogram A, B, C, D. Next, we are given A as minus 1 comma 0, minus 1 comma 0, B as 1 comma 3, 1 comma 3, and D as 3 comma 5, D as 3 comma 5. We are not given coordinate of C, so let's say the coordinate of C, and just we need to find the coordinate of A, and that's it, no problem. So now let me tell you, we already know that AC and BD will intersect at exactly same point, right? Basically the midpoint, that would be the midpoint. So we can easily say that midpoint of AC will be equal to midpoint of BD, right? So what is midpoint of AC? Let's first find AC, that is minus 1 plus a divided by 2, then 0 plus b divided by 2, that will be equal to 3 plus 1, that is 4 by 2, then 5 plus 3, 8 by 2, that is 4, and this is nothing but 2. Directly I just found it, right? Fine. Now S coordinate will be equal to X coordinate. So minus 1 plus a divided by 2 is equal to 2. So from here minus 1 plus a, minus 1 plus a is equal to 4, so a will become 5. Similarly, y coordinate will be equal to y coordinate, so it is b by 2 is equal to 4, so b is 8. So overall 5 comma 8 is the coordinate of vertex C. That's it. Got it, guys? Okay, let's move towards our next question, and this is the question again, and this time we are given the points. These are the midpoints of sides of a triangle. Find its vertices. No problem. Here we have a triangle with midpoints of sides we are given. We are not given vertices. Let's say this is A, this is B, and this is C. Let's say this coordinate is x1 comma y1. Let's say its coordinate is x2 comma y2, and let's say its coordinate is x3 comma y3. Fine. Now we are given midpoints of each side. So let's say midpoint of first side is 2 comma minus 1. Let's say midpoint of another side is minus 1 comma 4, and let's say midpoint of this side will be minus 2 comma 2. We are given over here, right? So let's say this is A, B, C, D, E, F. Fine. Next, we need to find the vertices. First of all, we are going to follow the simple steps that we actually know, like what is the midpoint formula and that kind of things over here. So it will be for the coordinates of midpoint for any points line joining, basically x comma y, that will be equal to x1 plus y1, x1 plus x2 by 2, then y1 plus y2 by 2, right? Okay, fine. Listen carefully. We already know that midpoint of AB will be x1 plus x2 by 2, and y1 plus y2 by 2, right? y1 plus y2 by 2, and here we have already named it as x1 and y1, so no problem. Fine. Now it is nothing but 2 comma minus 1. It is nothing but 2 comma minus 1, because midpoint of AB is this thing, na? We are already given. So x coordinate will be equal to x coordinate, so x1 plus x2 will be equal to by 2 will be equal to 2, and y1 plus y2 divided by 2 will be equal to -1. So from here easily you can say that x1 plus x2 is nothing but 4. So this is your first equation, and from here y1 plus y2 is equal to -2, and this is your second equation, right? Fine. Now similarly these are the two equations till now we have found. Now because we have 6 variables, if you see x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3, 6 variables, so we need 6 equations to solve this kind of questions. Now from the second point you can do the same thing, exactly same thing. So this plus this x1 plus x2, here it is named as x2 plus x3, so x2 plus x3 divided by 2 will be equal to the first coordinate, that is x. So from here x2 plus x3 will be equal to -2, and this is your third equation. Similarly fourth equation we can make, that is y2 plus y3 divided by 2 will be equal to this thing 4, and 4 to the 8, I am writing it directly. So this is your fourth equation. Fine. Now let's find the fifth and sixth equation from this midpoint. x1 plus x3 divided by 2 will be equal to this thing -2, so it will become -4. So this is fifth equation. Similarly y1 plus y3 if we add this thing divided by 2 will be equal to 2 to the 4. So this is your sixth equation. Now we have 6 variables and we have also 6 equations. Now we can easily solve these equations to get our values. So first analyze which two equations you can solve. x1 x2, we have x1 x3, so solve 1 and 5 first. 1 and 5, take 1 and 5, solve 1 and 5. So 1 is x1 plus x2 is equal to 4, and 5 is x1 plus x3 is -4. Fine. Now let's find, if I change sign, it will be positive, sorry, it will get cancelled out, and it will be x2 minus x3, that will comes out to be 0. Fine. Next. Now you can easily see that you will have another equation. Let's say this is 7th equation. Now solve third and 7th. Why third and 7th? Because these two equations have same variables. Okay na? So it will be x2 minus x3 is equal to 0, and x2 plus x3 is equal to -2. Now what I can do is, this will get cancelled out and it will become 2x2 is equal to -2, so x2 will become -1. Because x2 is -1, I can substitute over here, and x1 and x2 we already know, just substitute over here -1, minus x3 equal to 0, so -1 is x3, both are equal by the way. So x2 and x3 are we have already found. Now we can easily substitute over here x2, which is -1 by the way, so -1 is equal to 4, so x1 will become 5. Now if you analyze over here, I solved all the equations which are in terms of x, basically x1 x2 and x3, and we have already found the values of x1 x2 and x3. In the same way guys, you are going to solve the equations for the y, and you will get the values of y1 y2 and y3. Then you are going to substitute over here x1 y1 x2 y2 and x3 y3 values over here to get the vertices of the triangle. And let me tell you, this one is one of the most important question from the midpoint topic. Got it? So that's all for today's class. See you guys in the next session. Jai Hind.